Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Derek Bros, the Conscious Resistance Network, and today we're going to talk about a brief update with the Tuttle raid, that HPD shooting that I've been covering for the last few months. Um, I am in the airport right now, so excuse any background noise. I'm headed home, but I figured it is time to cover this because it's breaking right now and it's important, and it kind of happened in the city that I live. So we're going to get into that. First, though, I want to remind you guys to bookmark theconsciousresistance.com to get all of our latest content and stay plugged in with that. And you can, of course, follow us on minds.com, Steam at DTube, join our Discord channel, sign up for our text list on Remind, and of course, you want to support patreon.com/DerekBros or donate to our ongoing crowdfunding campaign, Support the Future of the Conscious Resistance Network, which is running till the end of August, so you're almost out of time. But if you want to support, $5, $10 goes a long way. All right, guys, let's get into it. Channel 11 and other networks in Houston are now reporting former HPD officer Gerald Goins charged with murder, 2 counts of murder in deadly Harding Street raid. The embattled Houston police officer who led a deadly no-knock raid in January faces 2 murder charges in the deaths of Dennis Tuttle and Regina Nicholas. Now that's pretty huge news, and I'd say big news. Of course, this happened January 28th, and those of you who are on the channel and have been on the channel recently, you probably seen the video I did. I did a recent video kind of covering the case and went to a press conference. I also went to a protest at the Tuttle's house and got to listen to some of their family talk, and we've been covering it on the radio for months now. So if you've been plugged into the channel for a while, you probably know the details. But briefly, HPD conducted a no-knock raid where they claimed that the Tuttles, Dennis Tuttle and Regina Nicholas were apparently, they were accused of being drug dealers and having weapons and heroin and all this stuff by an officer named Gerald Goins. And they came in there, did a no-knock raid because it was said it was so dangerous and that they had to not even knock and just show up in their house and barge in. And we were told that Dennis Tuttle started shooting back, that their dog tried to attack the officers. The officer killed the dog. Then in a heroic movement, they killed Dennis, and then Regina came in and tried to grab a gun, and the officer killed her in self-defense. Of course, the whole story fell apart. We found out it was all lies, and that the officer had lied to get the warrant. There never was any drug purchase, and there never wasn't even an informant who claimed to have done this. He made the whole thing up, and at least one other officer covered it up for him. So those 2 officers are now facing charges from the DA. Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg says, "We have not seen a case like this in Houston. I have not seen a case like this in 30 plus years of practicing law." And police officer, Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo, has accused Gerald Goins of lying about a drug buy on a search warrant. So this press conference just concluded, like maybe less than an hour or so ago, and the police union, of course, stepping in and saying that they are thankful that the DA has come to the same conclusion that they did, which was that these 2 officers were the only ones involved. That seems a little fishy to me because I do not think for 1 second that these 2 officers acted alone. There's all kinds of shady things that I discussed in previous videos. If you haven't seen this video, did the Houston Police Department murder this couple? I recommend listening to it because the couple, their families hired a private forensic investigator, which found that the dog was killed 15 feet from the door. The dog did not lunge at the officers at the front door. Regina was shot from outside of the house, which means the officers were firing into the house without seeing them and just started, shooting into the house. There's also reports of 2 random shots taking place more than an hour after they were already dead. And I mean, it just seems like something shady happened. There's definitely more of a cover-up going on, and I don't think we're anywhere near the truth. Ideally, theoretically, the grand jury will investigate this. More charges could come. The DA has made it clear that, more charges could come against the officers. Even additional officers could be charged. But I don't know if we should trust her. Hopefully she's legit. She's been somewhat legit here in Houston, in Harris County. I don't trust the Houston Police Department union because after the shooting took place, president of the police union, Joe Gamaldi, threatened people on social media and said, "We're sick of these scumbags coming after us, and we're going to go after anybody who's targeting us on social media," and just really out of control. So we'll keep our eyes on this. This is just a short update to let you know this is taking place. It's breaking in Houston right now, and it's important because this is why I'm talking about no-knock raids as a journalist, as an activist, and as a candidate in Houston to talk about this and to expose this. And I do think that the bigger picture is there's a culture of corruption that exists and secrecy in the police, not just Houston, but everywhere. And so that's why we can't get to the bottom of it yet. But it's important to keep digging. And since this is in my city, I'm going to go back to that neighborhood and try to talk to some neighbors and really do some investigating and digging and see what else we can find because I don't want this to pass without real truth and justice coming out. It's a good thing this officer's been charged, but how many times have we seen officers get charged but nothing come of it? You know, this guy could still walk. So, and again, even if he goes down and these two guys go down, who else is still involved that is also dirty? So, I don't know, but I'm going to keep my eye on it. And until next time, guys, you know the drill. Like, follow, subscribe, comment below. And you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are free. Peace.